Hi all, this is Dr. J at 11, speaking to you live from Long Island, New York, where the weather was crisp but nice, where Wall Street was really nice. Wall Street capped off a 3-day winning streak, Friday, Monday, and today, with a 256-point gain at the close. Very impressive, and from a mathematician, an even more significant number, 2 to the 8th power, or the number of characters that could be stored in a single byte of information. Well, whatever. It doesn't really mean much, but it was up 256 points after a 700-point move on Friday and a smaller move on Monday. So I'll take it. We're going to look at the Dow. We're going to look at tlry, which had a phenomenal move today. 15%. Biggest mover amongst the cannabis stocks, based on some gurus saying buy. Well, usually it comes back after the next day, after a big guru recommends a particular issue. So we might give back a little bit tomorrow, which is okay, maybe a buying opportunity. Amazon.com I don't know why I called it com. I always call it from. Amazon.com continued to move up about 30 points today, giving me a nice couple of 100-point gain, which I'll take any day. Of course, the tricky part is knowing when to sell. Hoping for 1775, around there. Am I being too greedy? I don't know. What about, besides the djia, besides amzn, besides tlry, I want to look at tndm. We looked at tndm on Saturday night. I did a special biotech report, and I recommended it as a swing trade. I noticed a pattern from 32 to 39.5, back and forth about 6 times in the last 3 or 4 months. So why not one more time? And sure enough, it hit 40 today, and is either set to go through that resistance at about 40, or to spring back and retrace and go back to the 33, 34 level. So it looks like a good trading stock, however you want to play it. We'll take a look at that. Of course, do your own due diligence. My opinions are strictly my own, do not constitute investment advice. Occasionally, Dr. J does have good advice. So if you want to follow me, you do so at your own risk. Check with an investment advisor. Please give us a thumbs up. I haven't been getting many thumbs up lately, making me cry. I used to get a ratio of 1 out of 5, 1 out of 10. I've been getting a ratio of 1 out of 20. Am I doing something wrong? Probably my technology. Technology is pretty bad. I have to do something about that. Maybe I gotta change provided internet for service providers, buy a new computer, buy a new monitor, buy a new camera, make a little investment in this daily vlog, or semi-daily, every other day vlog, or occasional vlog, whatever you want to call it. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can keep track of my erratic schedule and know exactly when Dr. J is on live and publishes his vlog. So I would like that. I want to build up my numbers because YouTube rates me higher if I have more numbers. And I don't know, it's like a vicious positive cycle as opposed to a vicious cycle. So a positive cycle is one where it feeds on itself, and in a good way, kind of like the Dow Jones Industrial Average has been doing the last 3 days. We're in a very, very virtuous cycle. That's the word I was looking for. Okay, so without further ado, let's take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average in chart form. If I can share screen now. Of course, yeah, let's see if this works. Bum, bum, bum. If it works, it should work very quickly. And I think it is working. So within 2 seconds, we should be sharing my screen. Lo and behold, we are sharing my screen. Don't forget, Dr. J will come out with lesson 3 soon of his class on stock charting. Lessons 1 and 2 have been published already, and if you haven't yet viewed them, please view them before taking lesson 3. It's like a regular class with, it kind of builds, the prior knowledge is important in order to understand the next lesson. So please do that. Let's look at the Dow. The Dow has had really nice run from the low that it put in on the 1220 and 1221, and it made a beautiful, nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days following this trend line up, as opposed to this horrible trend line. So we're finally off the terribly sloping downward trend line that we've been following, both with the new lows and the new highs. They've been miserable. So finally, we've broken that scheme, and we're moving on up. And it feels good to be moving on up. It looks like we're being pulled towards this average at about 24,472. And that would be a nice 700-point move from here. I'll take it. For starters, start taking out some of those highs. The 12.3 high at 25,980, which should be, I'd love to see that go, followed quickly by the high of 26,277, which we put in on 11.8. Once that happens, there's no doubt that we will, or very little doubt that we will make new all-time highs. So what a difference a couple of weeks makes. We were all feeling down in the dumps on 12/20, just 5 days before Christmas, and things got much better beginning with the day after Christmas, and really hasn't stopped. We had one losing day, and that was a little bit scary, but it held the trend line. And since then, it looks 3 Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. True, yesterday was basically a doji, and today was a small. I mean, every day can't be spectacular, but we're moving in the right direction at least. So I'm very, very thrilled. In case you can't hear it in my voice, say absolutely thrilled. It feels good to be a bull again. I mean, I've always been basically bullish, but now it feels good as opposed to hundreds. So far, so good. It's just a question of when do I take profits? Or do I? Maybe I just put it in my back pocket and say, I'll give it to my grandchildren. As this looks like it's resuming its upward velocity, it looks kind of like the Dow. Today was a little pause, and it looked like it was going to break out even stronger. But when it got to the high of the day, it sold off back to be a doji on the day. So it was a nice day, but I don't like dojis. It might be tomorrow, I don't know. But I'm absolutely thrilled with the behavior of the price of Amazon.com. I see it taking out first this high of 1704, and then challenging the double top at 1772 and I don't know what's this, 1784. So I see that happening. If it takes that out, I don't see why we don't make new highs on Amazon.com eventually, along with the Dow Jones Industrial Averages. So amzn has been making me very happy. It's been consistently making me happy as I go in and out, in and out. And maybe this time I stay in, I don't know. It's the kind of stock, even if you have to sit with it with a little loss for a while, usually it comes back. Tlry. This is one of my, I think I own 3 right now, marijuana stocks, Tlry, Kronos, and ACB, Aurora. Yeah, 3. So Tlry had a nice day today. Sent on some analysts saying buy, 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 buy. So he could say buy all he wants, and I'm thrilled. Let it go up another 15%. Notice though, it's really in the resistance range between basically the range of the day, 3 to 83. It's pretty much its low end of its range, high end of its range for the last 2-3 weeks. So I wouldn't be surprised if we sell 72 area before coming back up. Also, there's the 50-day moving average just above. That could be a point for Tlry. That moving average looks like it's, can't see, 94, 90, something like that. Tlry, remember it popped on news to 300 and then sold off the same day, sold off the next day, sold off the next day, bottomed after that gravestone doji, came back up, and has been having this downward, upward, but then downward movement, basically downward to flat movement with support right here at the 70, I don't know, 74 area, 72 area, whatever. All right, so I like Tlry. I love, which stock do I love? Kronos. I'm kind of liking Aurora, even though I'm not making money on that one. Tandem. Tandem is one that we talked about on Saturday night in my tech report. I replied to one of my my surprise, it looked like a very tradable stock. It's a diabetes device maker. They make an insulin pump for type 1 diabetes sufferers. And I don't even know what that means exactly, but it's a high-tech device, best in its class. And notice how its chart. It looks like the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the way it's taking off. So it pulled back a little on the downside, and it's been testing this area about 6 times. So it's been a great swing trade from this point on, from 10-11. If it continues to swing, it'll be down tomorrow and headed back down to that 32, 33 area. Or maybe this time it has enough positive momo to actually cause it to close above the high of 44.10, or test that high of 44.10. 44.10. Yeah, I'd like to see it move up. If you're long this stock, you want it to move up to that 44, 45 level, then I think we'll continue. So this looks pretty promising from a chart perspective. In the worst case, it looks like you're going to retest support yet one more time. In the positive case, you're gonna resume making new highs. I think it largely depends on the rest of the market as well. If the market resumes its bull run, this one will, I think, do quite nicely based on the chart. So there we have it. We just take a look at a few stocks a night. Tomorrow night, we'll try to go on and look at some other stocks. A favorite of mine, of course, is Amazon, and I love charting the Dow, at the S&P. Occasionally, I look at the NASDAQ. Occasionally, I look at Apple. And lately, I've been doing the biotechnology stocks in a special report format, maybe once a week. I shoot for that. And I'm also doing of that class. It's in not going to Long Island, New York. Please subscribe.